Hello, and welcome to episode 26 of the Eldritch Podblast. I am Margaret.
I am Jack.
And hello, welcome.
Back?
Hello, welcome, the boy.
Oh, it's the boy.
Welcome, hello, boy. Hello. Sorry, you know what? For a second, I forgot we were recording. I was just.
I thought you did,
Yeah.
but I didn't want to say anything in case you were just on a vibe.
No, I forgot that we were literally recording. Yes, hello.
Hello.
Hi, everyone. How are we? How are you?
How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
I'm very good.
That's good. How is everyone? How's everyone doing this fine Thursday?
Thursday. Because it is actually Thursday.
It is actually Thursday at time of recording.
Just the Thursday before.
She is.
Margaret's got herself a coffee.
It's 5:45 on the evening.
Just having a little coffee.
Having a little tipple, because I slept really bad last night.
You did, didn't you?
Yeah. I you know what? Actually, I have updates on my weird sleeping behaviors because the few of you who enjoyed it really enjoyed it. So to the few of you who likes hearing about me being weird in my sleep, this is for you. Let me take a slurp. You fill the silence for a second.
Hello. Is it me you're looking for?
Copyright. That's it.
Gone.
You'll never see us again. So yeah, I slept really weird last night. I'll tell you the funny stuff first. So we watch a channel called Nexpo here on YouTube.
Yeah, it's more Margaret's thing.
It's more me, and like,
but, you know, she enjoys it, so I tend to watch them with her.
Yeah, he does a lot of like ARG things, and like it's a brilliant channel. Would 10 out of 10 recommend Nexpo if you like stuff like that. He announced that he was starting like a ghost hunting channel with Nick Crowley, who also does similar things. So we watched the first episode the other day in bed. Just before going to sleep,
which I knew was a bad idea,
and you told me,
and I did tell
out
her
loud that it was a bad idea.
I did.
But I, of course, was like, "Oh, I'm fine.
No, it's fine.
I'm not scared of anything anymore."
Never have I ever been scared of a ghost.
Never have I not slept. The thing is, this is a totally different topic. Not sure if I believe in ghosts.
Yeah.
Right. Not sure if that's something that I subscribe to. I believe in something. Don't know if it's ghosts. Anywho, not the point.
Not the point. But
they were ghost hunting.
Yeah.
And it was like a bit spooky. There was some spooky things going on.
Yeah.
And at time of watching, I was like, this is fine. One thing happened and I was like, this is no longer fine. We turned it off. We went to sleep. And I can just tell when I'm going to sleep bad. I can just tell when I'm going to be scared in my sleep when I go to sleep.
Tell me what you did.
I did a couple of things that night.
You did?
But the worst one I did. And sorry, YouTube, this is 3 minutes in and I'm going to swear loads. So the Jack's side of the bed is pretty much up against the wall. And you have to walk around the bed to get
around the bed to get to my side of the bed.
Yeah.
And like there's, like a person's width there.
Yeah.
For me to walk up and down.
And so I woke up with a shock, obviously. And in my head, I thought a ghost was trying to walk around the side of the bed to get into bed with Jack, and I sprung up and I just was going, fuck off, fuck off, fuck off, fuck off, fuck off, fuck off, get out. Fuck off. You know that thing of Gordon Ramsay where he's like, that was literally me, and I was just screaming and pointing, and Jack was like, what's going on?
Obviously there was no one there.
Obviously no one was trying to get into bed with him. But I just love the idea that in the face of a ghost, I was just like, fuck off. And I was just, I remember I felt my arm going like this as I was pointing. Dog was upset. You were upset. I was upset. So don't mess with me, I suppose. Yeah. Because that's what you'll get.
Yeah. No ghosts be coming around these parts.
Mm-hmm. Don't you be trying to get in my bed. No way. I think I woke up with a couple of shocks again, like throughout the night, because I do that a lot.
Yeah. That was the most notable
That was the most notable one. But yeah, I slept really bad last night. I woke up with real bad indigestion.
Might have something to do with the Taco Bell that she ate just before she went to sleep.
A Taco Bell has just opened up near us. It's like a 15-minute drive away. And, just to let you know, we live in the northeast of England. There isn't a lot of shit around here.
No,
to be honest,
unless you live in Newcastle.
Yeah, which we don't. We're
Which
like an hour away from Newcastle, which is the closest Taco Bell. One opened up 50 minutes away. You better believe I have been caning Taco Bell.
So the thing is that I'm not a very fussy eater.
No.
Like I'm happy to eat mostly anything.
Yeah.
Like whatever it is, I'll give it a go. If I enjoy it, I enjoy it. If I don't, I don't. That's okay.
Yeah, what about me?
Margaret is very fucking fussy. Like really fussy.
It's terrible. It's horrible. I hate it about myself that I'm so fussy with food.
But it's mostly with Margaret. It's mostly like texture.
Yeah, exactly. I have to have things prepared in a certain way.
Gotta be like set out nicely on the plate.
Eat things in a certain way, and I can mix certain things with certain things. And anyway, it's a whole thing.
So when Margaret goes to somewhere new, it usually takes her a couple of rounds to be like, okay, I found my order.
Yes, and I think I found my
order.
order.
Now she thinks she's found a Taco Bell.
I get a chalupa supreme.
Chalupa supreme
with some chips.
It's like a flatbread.
Yeah.
But fried.
Yeah,
obviously.
It's so good. It's so
and like bent into a taco shape.
Yeah.
And then it's got like it's got like the mince meat, but it's
real good.
It's quite saucy.
Yeah, it's real good.
With like sour cream and cheese and lettuce.
But we finished our D&D session late last night because if you watched our last episode, you know there was a big old situation that went down.
There was a big old vampire thing.
Yeah, normally Abby has to get the train at a certain time, but we were just like, there's no way.
Nah, we'll just take you back.
Yeah. And Taco Bell is on the way to hers.
Yeah,
so
we made it with 10 minutes to spare.
At midnight, I guzzled down 2 Chalupa Supremes.
Gorged herself on 2 Chalupa
I woke up
Supremes.
at 4 a.m. Worst indigestion I've ever had in my life. And I didn't get back to sleep till like 6:30.
Yeah,
and
Margaret,
so I pooped.
and, you know, like in the middle of the night, Margaret was then like, obviously the dog is dying.
Yeah.
Because she does that.
I do this weird thing where, like, do you ever look at your pets, right? And if they even are just looking slightly different to how they normally look or breathe different, you're like, well, that's it.
Yeah.
I constantly am monitoring the dog to make sure he's breathing at any given point, right? And I just put my hand on it because he sleeps in the bed with us. Obviously, he sleeps in the bed with us.
He sleeps in his own bed, and then he's on the bed, and then he's off the bed.
I mean, he was like right in between us, like a little baby. And I put my hand like on his chest, and he breathed just weird because he was probably having a dream. And then I kept myself up, being like, "That's it." Yeah, so he's fine.
Yeah, he's fine.
He's categorically absolutely
fine.
Nothing's wrong with him.
Nope.
So, thank God. So yeah, slept weird. So I'm having a coffee. I'm double packed today, not triple packed.
I'm single packed.
Single packed. Do you have a drink? Oh yes, you got your big.
Got the jug.
So that's the updates in our life. Is there any other life updates?
Don't think so.
No, you got a lot of mullet love for that one episode. A couple of episodes you had your hair out, which was very sweet. That was very nice. Thank you everyone for being so sweet to Jack about his haircut. Huh?
Like my mum.
Yeah. Say nice things in the comments down below about Jack's haircut, please.
You don't have to do that. Don't worry.
That's very sweet. Thank you. He has not had his hair out since. Probably will never again. But
I just like having a hat on.
You do, yeah. I understand. Hair is a cumbersome thing. That's very annoying. Having a hat on. Yeah. Don't know if you guys noticed.
I go out and walk the dog, and in the northeast of England, it's very windy.
True.
It's very cold, even when it's sunny, and it's also very windy. So I normally just have a hat on.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys have noticed. On every Thursday's episode, my hair is up because we film them in the same day. Monday, I'm like, the first episode, I'm like, yeah, I can hack this.
I can have it down.
Yeah. No.
Nope.
No. The second episode comes around, the hair goes categorically up. If I wasn't so self-conscious about a massive spot on my forehead, it would have all been up. All gone.
Gone.
Yep.
Out of here.
Out of here. I'm trying to think of anything else.
The Discord is...
Discord's live.
The Discord's live.
Discord's live.
Even though for us right now, it's still not live.
Yeah, for us right now, it's not. But hopefully...
It'll have been live for 4 days now.
It will. Yeah, exactly.
And it's so great to see you all there.
We are having such a great time. There's
having a great time.
So many people. And we are chatting away. And we're all...
I can't believe how many conversations I've had with the community.
How many people so, yeah, seriously, though, Discord is live. It is the first link in... I know. Yeah. I think you missed the memo.
I did.
But the link is...
It's the first link in our description. In the description. To the Discord.
Please join. You are welcome to join whenever you want. please don't feel like you have to, but we would love to have you.
No.
You signed a contract with us, you know? You signed a contract.
You're watching this video and you haven't entered the Discord.
It's a legally binding contract that you signed to join the Discord, actually.
What the fuck?
So you're breaking the law right now. You're breaking the law, so I would get in there.
You're breaking Eldritch law.
Yeah, I would get in there. I'd skedaddle, to be honest.
But obviously we have no idea what state the Discord is in because we're filming this the same day as the Monday one when it launched.
Hopefully it went well.
Hopefully it went well. Hopefully you're all enjoying yourselves.
Yes, I would like to say thank you in technically advance, but technically after the fact for you guys. Like, thank you for, being so supportive and being here. We really appreciate it. Hopefully next Monday's episode you'll have some
we'll have a proper
conversation.
We can have a proper update about it.
Indeed. But yes, that is happening.
Margaret ordered a pickle.
I ordered a pick. Right.
Tell them about your pickle.
Right. Oh God. Okay. Right. So you guys have TikTok. I know you do. If you don't,
fair enough.
Good. Lucky you. But I don't know if you've seen on TikTok, there's a trend, okay, where it's them weird, they're not weird, but they're massive pickles.
You buy a massive pickle.
An individual bag, right? That's the first element.
Yeah.
Strange.
You just buy a massive pickle.
Strange.
Yeah.
Like, for us here in the UK,
an individual pickle is weird.
That is really weird.
Because you just buy a jar of pickles.
Yeah, you just buy a jar of small pickles.
Pickles aren't really that.
Pickles aren't massive.
They aren't massive here.
No, but you get one giant pickle, right? Okay, so you get a giant pickle. You get some fruit roll-ups.
Which we also don't have here.
We don't have here in
We
UK.
have winders.
Yeah, we have fruit winders, which I know isn't
I don't
the
think
same.
it's the same.
You get a fruit roll-up. You wrap your pickle in it. Okay? You still following me?
Also strange.
You still strange? Yeah, totally.
Also very strange.
You're still following me. You hollow out a bit of the pickle at the top, so you cut the end off the pickle. You can consume it. No waste.
Well, okay.
And then you can, if you want to, you get some tackies.
What's a tack?
It's like a crisp. It's chips to Americans. It's like a bugle. It's like a bugle here in the
I like
UK.
bugles.
Yeah.
Bugles are nice.
I think they're kind of like Cheeto-esque. Sorry, you can tell we are so fucking British, right? You get
Cheeto.
You get Cheeto.
Get a Cheeto and put it in your pickle.
You stick it in the pickle, innit? And then you Bob's your uncle.
You have a cup of tea,
and a scone. And we praise the Queen.
And then we go and see Queenie.
Yeah, well, we're kingy.
Oh, well, yeah.
Bad Britons. Anywho, you put some crips.
You put some crisps.
You put some crisps
in your pickle.
In it. And then
your pickle.
There's a sweet in Mexico. It's a Mexican sweet. Stay with me, guys. Please stay with me.
So we got the individual pickle.
Individual
You've wrapped it in a fruit roll-up.
Yeah, or two if you want to.
Chopped off the end of the pickle.
Yep.
Hollowed it out.
Hollowed, some of it out.
Okay.
And so you have a space to put the chips in.
Then you put
the crisps in.
Put the crisps in the pickle.
But that that's optional. You don't have to put the crisps in.
Okay.
I'm not going to put the crisps in because that weirds me the fuck.
And none of the rest of it did.
So, no, stick with me. There's a Mexican sweet called salsagetti. And it's like, gummy laces here in UK.
Hell, that is one thing I do know.
Yeah, that's like strawberry laces, but it's coated in like a tahini-like seasoning.
Okay. Like a chili.
Yeah, like a chili powder.
All right, okay.
And it's like sour, I think.
I've
never had it.
That actually sounds like
delicious.
That could be kind of nice.
And I think it's mainly like watermelon flavor. It sounds fucking delicious,
I
honestly.
love watermelon.
Yeah, totally. And it comes with like a little packet of salsa, and you put the salsa on, which is like a mango salsa, and then
you put the salsa on the sweets.
Yes, it comes with like a little packet of salsa. Then you take the spaghetti, you take your pickle, salsagetti, and you put it on top of all of that.
Okay.
One final step. There's again another Mexican seasoning sauce called chamoy, and it's like I've never had it, but from what I've heard, it's like a really like spicy like fruit sauce, kind of maybe like a pickle. I don't know. I've never had it.
Okay, go on.
And then you just like a plum sauce, and then you put it all over the pickle. Then you just eat the pickle.
And you just go to town.
Then you just go to town.
Okay.
So
Do you know what? We haven't got it yet. It should be arriving today.
Yeah.
When it arrives, I'll take a picture of the atrocity that is this finished product.
Well, so on TikTok, right? So you can obviously, if you're in America, to procure all those ingredients is much easier than
Probably
here in the
quite
UK.
easy, yeah.
However, here in the UK, there is scalpers basically who buy these pickles and all the other things. They put them together in like a polyethylene bag, and then they sell them as a bundle. So I bought the bundle.
Hey, you gotta hustle, you know.
I'm the problem here. So I bought a bundle.
Taking advantage of people like you.
yeah, they're taking advantage of people like me who watch these things, and then I'm like, because the thing is, I can't fathom how that's gonna taste. Can you?
Absolutely.
No
not.
way. I can't fathom how that would taste. So I'm so intrigued. There's loads of TikTok accounts that we watch where it's people mainly, I think, in Asia who cook these like really, what's the word? Like elaborate dishes with ingredients that I've never heard of before. And I look at them and I'm like, I would die to know what that tastes like, right? I would literally, I would harm you probably to see what.
No, not me.
To see what they would taste like, but I can't. And with this pickle, I was like,
this is my chance.
It's in my grasp.
This is my chance.
I overpaid for one pickle.
Do you want to know what?
Roll-ups.
Any amount is overpaying for that fucking atrocity.
So by the time it arrives, we were going to try filming it on the podcast. I don't know how capable I'm going to be of doing that.
Well, it's nice, so you can do it.
Well, no.
And you aren't going to wait till Monday to try it?
No way. Sorry, guys. No way. I'm not waiting for you.
I'll take a picture of it, and then she can tell you. We'll tell you in the Discord.
Yeah, we'll tell you. We'll tell you in the Discord.
It's bribery. Get in the Discord.
So yeah, I'm really excited for that. I forgot I ordered that. Thank you.
Don't be thanking me. I didn't buy it.
No, true. And obviously everyone at D&D judged me.
Oh yeah, everyone was like,
me for it.
What's wrong
what
with you?
should be the best cuisine you've ever had in your life?
Even if it is, I don't think anyone's going to believe it.
No, I know. So yeah, we did that. There was one more thing that I wanted to. Oh, merch. So we keep banging on about merch. Feels like to us we're banging on about it because we just filmed 2 episodes in a row. But we mentioned in the last episode we had ordered some samples.
Yeah.
It's still the same day for us, so the sample hasn't arrived today.
Still haven't got it.
But just so you know, we are still working on it.
In fact, it'll definitely arrive. Definitely arrived. We're just going to
put a picture here.
We'll put a picture here and let you know if we think it's good.
Yeah, Margaret, edit the fucking picture. Man, the amount of times I'm like, I'll put it in.
Yeah, and then it's just me and Margaret doing this.
Yes, I simply have not put it in.
We're gonna.
But now we have a Discord.
We'll just leave a very basic written review here.
Yep.
And it'll say, good.
Yeah, good.
Oh,
good.
Not quite good enough.
Yeah. So we'll keep you updated on that as and when. I promise you will know when it drops.
Yeah.
And I think that's why are you doing that? Why are you? I can't. We've changed up the mics once again.
No, we haven't. Not since last time.
Oh, not since last time.
We told them that last time.
Yes, we did. We told you that we bought a new mixer. Hopefully the audio sounds better. Yeah. Hopefully this hasn't been the worst audio experience you've ever had in your life. But we're not going to know until tomorrow.
Not till tomorrow when we edit the footage.
That's too bad for everyone.
Unlucky.
Yeah, you're just going to have to live with that.
Right, what's the crack?
So today we wanted to do something a little bit different. We were kind of like scrambling a little bit to decide what to do because Thursdays are kind of, if you haven't noticed, the days where we like to do something a little bit different. Thursday's our experimental day, right? Monday,
I don't think it's
no, I know, but Monday you can always count on us to do some form of horror story and am I the arsehole, some advice.
Yeah,
those are like our staples, right?
All the good stuff that we know you like.
Yeah. So we thought today we would take a look at some of the weirdest house rules we have found for D&D.
Oh yeah,
and let me tell you. There's
some fucking bad ones.
There is some absolute fucking doozies in here.
Some
doozies. Some of them are, I just don't know in what world. You guys will see. So I have sourced all of these pretty much from the Reddit. If you guys like this, we'll add a section in our submission form of like weird house rules that you've heard or played. Yeah.
Written homebrew.
Yeah, totally.
Written rules.
Yeah.
Magic items.
Yeah.
Classes.
Yeah.
All of it.
Yeah. We just love to hear all the the weirder stuff. So if you like it, we might add it in. But we won't know that until.
Yeah.
So these are all from the Reddit. I will leave credit to all of the people who left these. Yeah,
okay.
of course. Okay. I'll leave their usernames. Some of them, right, from threads that are like 8 years old. So we have to take that into account, I think. I haven't made a note of which one to which, but, you know, take into account these aren't like our submissions. They're not immediate, right? What
I'm
are
just excited.
You excited?
I'm just excited.
Yeah.
To hear some of them.
And these all basically came from threads. These were just comments in threads. I don't know why I'm over-explaining this.
Just
shall we
give us the first one.
Shall we just get into it?
Go for it.
Okay, so the first weird house rule that we have is one DM had everyone roll initiative at the beginning of the session. And that's the order that our characters had to use in that session for everything. Combat, social interactions, roleplay, etc. This made it extremely difficult to hold conversations with NPCs because you couldn't break turn order. So if you had something to say to an NPC or a PC, you had to wait for your turn to come around or let all of the other players relinquish their turns so you can get to yours faster. The DM also decided whether we succeeded or failed on a whim, so no dice rolls needed.
Wow.
That group lasted 2 sessions.
I'm not surprised.
I am absolutely not surprised.
What the fuck?
So you have to roll initiative. So it's like you sit down.
At the beginning of the session,
yeah,
we sit down, we roll initiative,
yeah,
and then that is the order you do
everything
in.
Absolutely.
How unintuitive is that when it comes to like conversations?
Well, I feel like OP said it perfectly.
Imagine if an NPC was like, "Oh, what do you think about this?"
Oh my God.
Then you're like,
"Oh my God, I know."
And you're like, "Well, it's not my turn, so."
And then you have to turn, and then this person who might not be in the conversation, who might be like over in the field feeding horses, has to do their turn.
Run back over.
Yeah.
I don't want to say anything.
Yeah. Or then like have to relinquish their turns.
Imagine somebody like an NPC asking you a question, and then you looking at the DM and being like, "Can I answer?"
And they're like, "Well, is it your turn?
It's not your turn.
Is it your turn? Well, there you go."
Wow.
That I feel like that is.
I've definitely heard other things, you know, like initiatives like changing at the top of the order and stuff
yeah,
like that.
Yeah.
Like I've heard of things like that. I've never heard it. Like, why does an initiative roll, like how fast you act, come into play in a conversation?
Yeah, exactly. Like mechanically, I mean, none of it makes sense. Let's face it, none of that makes sense.
And it lasted 2 sessions, so it clearly didn't work very well.
Of course. But the thing is, I can't see a reason as to why, as a DM, you would want that, unless potentially the DM just thought that was.
Do you think like not the new alert fees? I know the new alert fees different. Oh, is it? No. The new alert fee.
Yeah.
It lets you, like, switch places with somebody in the initiative.
Yeah, and that's a home rule that we had in.
Do you reckon that would allow them to, like, go further in conversation? Or go, like, first in a conversation?
Well, I don't know, because...
Oh, I've got the answer to this person's question. Can I switch my initiative with you?
Well, then, literally, OP says the other players had to relinquish their turns so you can get to yours faster. That is just beyond strange. And I just don't see why a DM... I don't know how that would benefit.
I don't understand the benefit of it.
No, me neither.
I guess unless like the only benefit I think it would get is it's like you can't fuck things up. You know what order it happens in.
Yeah, but that takes away like
the spontaneity.
The best parts of D&D are the weird spontaneity.
Spontaneous?
Oh my goodness.
You got spontaneity and spontaneous.
Spontaneous.
What's wrong with
you? What did I say? Spontaneous. Spontaneous.
What are you trying? What's the sentence you're trying to say?
The spontaneity of how thing happen randomly is best in D&D.
Do you know what she said? She said the words.
It's spontaneous.
You said it so many times now. I can't think about what the right way to say it. Spontaneity.
What's
the normal word though? What's the normal word?
Spontaneity.
Spontaneity of D&D.
How weird is
that? That's that word now sounds wrong.
Spontaneity.
Is that right?
Spontaneity. I'm so sorry.
Just say the randomness.
Yeah. The randomness, chaosness of D&D is what makes it great.
Yeah, I agree.
Like,
but so having an order to the chaos,
like, takes it away from it.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
Totally.
I don't think there ever needs to be an order to
anything other than combat. Totally.
Yeah, then like something that where turns happen, where there is like a time gated thing on around is 6 seconds, so you need to know like how that plays out.
Yeah.
Other than that, initiative doesn't need to count.
No, totally. That's a non-question, right?
That's bad.
And then the DM decided whether they succeeded or failed, so you don't need to roll dice. So why are you playing D&D? Like, then...
Also,
yeah,
I just want to say that if any of these, if you play any of these,
yes, so we should have said this in the beginning.
We aren't just.
We're not ragging on your rules. No, we're not. We
might just take.
We might rag a little bit.
Yeah. But if the thing is, if they work for you,
then they work for you.
That's fine.
Then it doesn't matter. Does
That's
it?
not what this is about.
No, totally.
Just have a little bit of fun.
Yeah, this honestly. And if you hear any of these and are like, I like them, have them.
Give them a go.
Yeah, give them a go.
If you want an initiative order to a conversation,
go ahead. Totally.
Go for it.
Go treat yourself.
I don't think you do.
No.
But if you
do, yeah, totally. When if you use them, it's fine. You know how your table works best, etc., etc.
That is weird.
That is weird.
That's very strange.
And to be honest, the majority of these posts are people being like, "This was the worst homebrew."
Okay.
This is people. The threads were basically like, "What was the worst house rule you had?" And these were what people were coming forward.
That sounds pretty bad.
Sounds like hell. Sounds like hell on earth, actually. To be honest, how would you role play?
In turn. You would roleplay in order.
Yeah, no, as all things should be.
As all things should be, really.
Balanced, as all things should be, indeed. Well, actually then, moving on to the next one, which you mentioned it already.
Yeah.
Redoing? Man, why? What's happening?
The listeners tune in for a well-polished podcast.
Totally, that's why they're here.
And right now,
it's
you're not
polished.
You're not
it's
giving it your best.
Spontaneous.
That's it.
Yeah, definitely.
That's it.
So, redo it. I did it again. Stop looking at me. Everyone. Listen, you're stressing me.
Are you taking a piss out of me and the squad blasters?
Look away. Look, stop looking. Okay. Redoing.
Correct.
Initiative every round. And this was actually rules as written until 3E.
Yeah. They also, I think when we were talking about with you showed you ran this one by me. There was another one. There was another one that tried to get reiterated on, like more recently as well, and it was even more fucking complicated than that, and it was just a mess. I fucking hate it.
Well, the idea of re-rolling initiative every know what?
I love, as I said before, the snappy, the fast combat.
Totally. I feel like that would really, well, I don't know. Would it mix it up and keep it really engaging if everyone was on top of it, or would it slow it down and make it more difficult?
You'd have to be really fucking on top of it. I think there's two reasons I hate it.
Yeah.
One is because at the beginning of every round, combat just stops. It just stops. You all have to roll.
Yeah.
And whatever way you track it, you have to we do tiles like white tiles where you just write on them with like erasable pen.
Yeah.
I'd have to take all them off, write them all back on, get them in the right order.
Yeah.
And
you wouldn't have to. Yeah, I wouldn't have to rub them off.
Oh no, I could just.
You could just switch them. Yeah, but I see the point you're making.
The second thing I don't like. Is you can't really plan.
What as the DM for
as the players. You spend the whole round like taking in what's happened. Yeah. And then you're like, okay, I'm starting. As it gets closer to you, you're like, okay, I'm starting to get an idea of what I'm going to do in my turn.
Yeah.
And then it gets to your turn.
And then everything changes. Totally.
You react to what's happened.
Totally.
If you were last and you did your go and you're like, right, I've set this plan in motion. Yeah. And then you're first, you're like, oh, I go again.
I know.
If you're a healer and you've gone from last to being first, you've got nothing to react to.
Yeah, I agree. But you know what? I am not as closed off to this, I think, as you are. I think this could work really well in like a short combat or like a one shot or something where if the players were on top of it, right? Maybe the monsters order, the bad guys order didn't change, right? Okay. Just the players order changed. But then what would be the point? Anyway, if
no, it could sway combat one or two ways.
Yeah.
If the monster went first and you were all behind it, and then the next round you all rolled really well and you're in front of it. Because to be fair, initiative I feel like a lot of people don't realize how powerful going
100%.
first is.
You know what?
It can change your combat.
We realized that recently in our campaign. Though I can't remember exactly what the situation was, but there was one combat where we all went dead last, and it was terrible. After that, there was a combat where we all went first, and we obliterated the thing. We had the upper hand, and yeah.
That's what it gives you.
I agree.
Like, if the thing is, right, if something's got like, let's just say something that has like 3 attacks, because we're getting in the sort of level where if you were fighting 1 or only 2 enemies, they could have 3 attacks, because that's just the sort of level we're at.
Yeah.
If both of those went first, singled down to one person, 6 attacks, I'd be very surprised if that person would survive. Like, then you're uphill battle.
Yeah.
Straight away.
Yeah.
That changes the combat immediately.
Yeah.
You don't go from thinking like, oh, what damaging spell can I cast on my go? It's like, we need to get that person up, and we need to get them away, and we need to like
retcon.
It's like damage control.
Not retcon, sorry.
It's damage
totally.
control at that point.
Yeah.
Going first in combat, I know there's in campaign 3 of Critical Role, no spoilers, there's a combat where the enemy goes first. They're a fighter, and they walk straight up to one of the players, 3 attacks, action surge, 3 attacks. That person, gone, down.
Good God.
And at that point, it was just damage
just
control.
firefighting.
It was just damage control.
Yeah, totally.
Like, going first in initiative is so important.
Yeah, no, I agree. So how that ties into this, I suppose it gives you a second chance, or it could fell the plan entirely.
If the enemies are going first, then it could give you a second chance.
Yeah.
If you're going first,
it could completely switch it. It would make it very turbulent, I think.
I think it would add
totally.
even more chaos into the fight.
Yeah, totally. But I could see it working for people. I could see how that would keep people engaged. And I think a way to do it without having to stop after every round and be like, right, what did everyone get, and do it? I think the best thing to do would be the player takes their turn, they immediately roll their initiative for the next roll. They take their tile and they change it for the DM.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Or like the players.
Maybe just on your go, you roll your initiative for the next thing. Because if you change your tile, then somebody might forget, and then you might get 2 goals.
Yeah, true.
I think I'd have to give it a go.
Yeah, I think it's.
I think for more tactical players, who like to assess a battlefield,
totally,
I think it wouldn't work.
Yeah.
For I don't know, for the fucking barbarian who just wants to go in there and swing the sword around, might work.
Yeah.
Don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think, and I think it would slow everything down.
I think, for the majority of tables, it would slow it down. But I can see why people would want to do it. I actually genuinely can see.
And I can guarantee this is probably one of the least unpopular ones.
It is actually. It is one of the least unpopular ones.
Yeah.
And you know what? Again, I mentioned it. There's a halfway between this one where it's like you said, the new alert feat lets you do this. But when I DM'd very briefly, one of the house rules was at the top of initiative, when it's rolled, anyone can change with anyone if they want to.
Yeah.
It's just the once, though. It's just at the beginning of combat.
Right at the beginning of the combat.
Yeah.
But the thing is, though, if you say that, if you had like a Gloomstalker in your party, they're always just going to want to go first.
Well, yeah. Naturally, that's the whole point, right?
I guess, but that would probably be quite bad for your enemies.
Yeah, but then you would learn how you would know that your players always want the Gloomstalker to go first. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, the Gloomstalker is probably going to go first.
Oh yeah,
because,
like regardless.
Yeah, or like there's a couple of others that really gain a lot of benefits from going early.
Yeah,
because you get like an extra attack on that go, so you basically just do like it's called like Nova round. You just in the first round of combat, you just do massive damage. Take something out of the battlefield, and then so that's the thing. Imagine if I don't know, the cleric rolls a natural 20, and then it's the enemy, and the Gloomstalker rolled a natural 1, and then you're like, oh, perfect, and then the Gloomstalker's like, actually, I'm gonna go and switch with the cleric because the enemy's second just wipes out that enemy.
Yeah. But I mean, you know, as the DM, you would know that was going to happen. If you'd set at session 0 that you were doing that, you would know. You would know that, of course, the Gloomstalker's going to want to go first.
Yeah.
And you would probably plan for that.
But the thing is, on a different note to that, it would be great for a tank.
What, to go first?
Yeah,
so they can just
like,
get in and get in the way.
Oh, can I swap with you? Because I'll just get in there and...
The amount of times when I go last, Jesus Christ.
It's a nightmare.
And I go last quite often, actually.
Yeah. Being a tank and being able to get in there.
Yeah, especially
and, like,
when...
block.
Being like, you know, being melee in general.
Yeah.
Being one of the last ones in sucks, man.
Yeah.
Feels real bad.
Yeah.
Real bad.
Real bad.
Real bad. But, yes, I think rolling it every round would be hard.
I think it'd be a bit too much.
Yeah, would be hard. But we haven't tried it, so...
No. We'll give it a go at some point.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think so. Even if we don't do it in this campaign.
Yeah.
We can try it in like a one-shot or something.
Yeah, totally. So, going from the house rule that it was probably one of the least complained about, we're moving on to the most complained about. What do you think it is? What do you think the most complained about house rule is? And it's...
I think I know what it is, because I think we've talked about it before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fumbling.
It's the fumble table.
It's the fumble table, and it's critical fails. So there was... I cannot express to you how much of an overwhelming hatred for fumble tables there was.
Yeah.
And some of the examples given, I didn't make note of all of them, and I should have.
Right.
But two of them... Oh, no, just one of them. I wrote one of them down. So... Someone said in one of the games they played, if you rolled a natural 1, it meant your turn ended. That was it.
Hell.
Nothing else. Your turn ended.
Just there and then?
There and then.
Wow.
Yep. How bad is that? Why would you even turn up to play the game? Like, natural ones happen so often.
So often.
So often. This is where you learn that we are the most cursed group on Earth.
Yeah. But, like, I'm just thinking about last night's game.
Yeah.
Like, imagine if you were charmed by an enemy.
Yeah.
And then you rolled a natural 1.
Yep.
Does your ghost still end? Even though you're
I know.
Even though you're on the enemy's team.
Yeah, I know. I mean, probably, right?
I would hope so.
You would hope so. Yeah, probably.
Like, it would the only time it would benefit you, you would hope.
Yeah, definitely. Like,
yeah, critical fumbles are fucking weird.
Yeah, critical fumbles, man.
Because, like I know the only one that I've ever used, and I know that we've tried to implement it before, where it's like only very minor things happen.
Yeah.
Like, you drop your weapon.
Yes, that was the most common one, yeah.
Yeah. But, like, I can't think of many other things that are minor enough to not make it detrimental.
Yeah, well, the most common critical fumble is you attack another player.
What I don't understand, right, is unless they're next to you.
Yeah.
How does that happen?
A lot of it was you attack your nearest player. But it's like, at the same time, right, you could be surrounded by enemies and then a player could... Do you know what I mean?
Like, let's just say you're in combat with an enemy.
Yeah.
And there's nobody else around you.
Yeah.
And your friend is 10 feet away.
Yeah.
So you go, I want to attack the enemy. You roll a natural 1. So you then move 10 feet...
To go and
to
attack.
then stab your...
Yeah, I know.
Like, what I don't understand is how
could
does
you
that
fuck
happen?
that up so
how do you
badly?
Fuck that up? I know a natural 1 is that you fuck it up and you don't succeed, and that's bad enough.
Yeah.
How does it go that wrong?
To that point where...
Like, narratively.
Yeah.
How?
Yeah, I know.
Just don't get it.
There was, again, so many people who were like, that is the worst. Having to attack someone else. And then it's like, so you've already rolled the 1. Do you then have to re-roll to hit the player to meet their AC?
I imagine it would automatically
Do you just
hit.
naturally hit
but
the other
also,
person?
right, let's just say the person is 10 feet away.
Yeah.
And then you swing at the enemy that's in front of you. You have to walk away.
You break opportunity.
Do you get
opportunity
take an opportunity attacked as well?
I don't know.
And, like, if you don't want to have to do that, does the barbarian put the two-handed sword away, take a javelin out, and then throw it at the friend? Like, how does that
I know.
happen?
How does it happen? How do you narratively have that happen? And I understand we're playing a fantasy game. It's not real. I totally get that.
I mean, yeah, but you know,
like,
we're trying to tell at least a coherent
yeah,
story.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, and that was so many people said that. Another really common one. I've just pulled up some critical fumble tables.
Please.
Your weapon breaks. That's it. Weapons gone.
What, magic as well?
Yep, gone.
That doesn't work.
There was one that I actually didn't write it down, but there was a rule where if your weapon rolled maximum damage, it would break. Yeah, I know. Sorry, that was a bit of a tangent to this one, but similar. Your weapon breaks, you can't use it anymore. Gone.
Maximum damage and your weapon breaks.
Yeah. How
magical or not?
Magical or not, your weapon simply breaks.
The thing is, right, the whole point is, like, you can't just walk up to someone and be like, I cast Dispel Magic on the magical weapon and it is no longer magical.
Yeah.
The point is that they're not, like, indestructible.
Yeah,
but they're nearly there.
Yeah, they're like...
You do maximum damage and your weapon breaks.
Weapon breaks.
Why?
I know. You roll a critical fumble and your weapon breaks. What's the point?
You roll a natural one and your weapon breaks.
Yeah.
I would, like, not want to use my magic sword.
Well, there's an extra clause in this table saying for magical weapons, roll an additional d10. On a 5 or below, they break.
That's still bad.
That's still bad.
That's still a very...
that's still a high chance. It's a 50-50 chance.
From the moment you get a magical weapon to the end of the campaign. Because you can get a magical weapon...
And still have it at the end of the campaign,
but
totally.
you could get them at quite early levels.
Mm-hmm.
And the possibility that you're going to roll a natural 1 with that weapon is very high at some point.
Yeah.
Tell you who you're punishing there? Fighters. Because they make it more attacks than anyone else.
I know. You're punishing anyone who gets to make...
You action surge. You get closer
and
to...
you have a higher chance of rolling a natural 1.
Yeah.
Totally. And again, if we're going with the whole you roll max damage, you're making more attacks, you're rolling more dice, you have more chance of doing max damage.
Tell you what, if this was the case, you would definitely take, like, if you were to compare a greatsword and a great axe, you would take a greatsword because you'd be rolling 2d6
instead of 1d12.
1d12.
Yeah, totally.
Because the odds are far more in your favor.
Yeah, I agree.
Fucking Jesus.
I know. So, another really popular one amongst the fumble table was you hurt yourself. That's
probably the one I don't mind. I mind the least.
That's probably the most obvious, right?
Like the most coherent.
Yes.
Like, you know, dropping your weapon or like hurting yourself, I imagine are the most likely. You know, if you're fucking swinging a big sword about, there is a chance that you might actually do a bit of damage to yourself.
Yeah, especially if, you know, you've kind of gone into like a frenzy or a rage or something, and like you're just swinging. You got in swinging.
I mean, the point is you're apparently really good at doing this. That's why you're
doing it.
That's why you're a hero.
Yeah, totally.
Fucking like when they get that severe, like your weapon breaks or you attack your friend. Yeah, that's when I don't like them.
Well, another one just in this table that I'm looking at here. So your weapon flies d12 feet out of your hand in a random direction, and you have to use your bonus action to pick it up, and you do provoke opportunity attacks when you go to get it. What's the point? What's the point in making someone use their movement?
And then, by the way, picking something up is a free action.
And then having, like, think of a rogue.
Interacting with an object is a free action.
Think of a rogue who values their bonus action probably more than anyone in the game. Imagine having to move. You use some of your movement. Granted, you have a lot of movement, but...
you've only got a lot of movement if you've got that bonus action.
Because your bonus action, have to use your bonus action to pick up your weapon, man. That would
fucking piss me off so much.
That just doesn't sound fun to me.
No, it doesn't sound fun at all.
That sounds like really punishing for the sake of being punishing.
Yeah, I feel like the fumble table is, if done correctly and with a bit of like humor.
Yeah, a bit jaunty.
A bit jaunty, a bit of humor. I feel like it could.
Oh, you shit yourself or something. You know what I mean? You know.
There's D4 pounds of shit in your pants.
Yeah. Oh, you do a big sneeze and snot comes out your nose or something like that.
Something stupid like that. Yeah. See, like those, they're funny.
Yeah.
But like all of those are just to make you have a bad time.
Yeah. I again, if you use fumble tables and you like them, That's
That's
good.
fine.
Fair enough.
But
I wouldn't.
Do you know what?
And
I love, like I've said on this podcast before, I love it when it all goes wrong.
Totally.
I love, but even these piss me off.
Yeah, because this isn't necessarily things going wrong, right? This isn't narratively
extra things.
This isn't an interesting way for things to go wrong, in my opinion. It's just annoying. It feels like it's just another thing you have to worry about.
That can go wrong.
Yeah, in a bad way.
Things can go wrong, just generally.
Yeah. Oh, yes, totally. So, I'd say yeah, but then this begs the question with the fumble table. Like, if there was a humor element to it, right? Kind of, what's the point?
Tell you what's a good fumble table that's fun. Wild magic.
Totally. Totally.
Wild magic, I think, if used in excess, can be a little bit cumbersome. But I think I do believe that sometimes with a little bit of wild magic,
I love
that's
wild
a bit
magic,
of fun.
man. Yeah, I fucking love wild magic.
Your hair grows.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, random songs start to play.
Yeah,
and things like that.
I
you
love
get
that.
charmed by one of your friends. Like that happened in one of ours.
Yeah,
didn't
it did. Yeah, totally.
And,
I think that is fun.
That's fun. Yeah, but that's like
that's just silly.
It's just silliness.
It's just silly.
And that's what I enjoy.
And fumble tables where it's like, oh, you just drop your weapon.
Okay, that's okay. I can see that happening.
Yeah,
maybe.
But like, then what's the point? Do you know what I mean? Then if it's a free action to pick it up?
The thing is, because it's a free action to pick it up, dropping your weapon means nothing.
It means nothing
unless it moves away when it falls.
Yeah, which then is annoying.
But then as soon as that happens,
annoying. Yeah.
that means there is a consequence.
Yeah.
And as soon as that consequence happens, it's annoying.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
I guess it's fucking pointless, and it is a little bit annoying.
People, we've tried fumbling throughout various different campaigns, and it's never lasted.
And also,
never.
I forget all the time. And I always think it's a good idea until it happens, and then as soon as it happens, I'm like, this is fucking annoying.
Yeah.
And then I'll forget if somebody's dropped the weapon, and then
it's just
it didn't
another.
matter.
It's just another thing.
It's just another thing, especially for the DM who's already got a lot going on in combat.
Yeah, totally.
Not a big fan.
Yeah, I have got such a rush to the head from that coffee. Oh my goodness gracious
some water
me!
And take a second.
Yeah, you fill the silence, Jack. Proceeds to be the quietest you've ever been.
I was trying to think of, because obviously I like to sing in the silence. I do like to sing.
Mm-hmm. Well, I've drank now. So thank you.
You got less
yeah.
You got less of a head rush now?
No.
Do you want to take a second?
No, I'm fine. I'm all right. But yes, I cannot stress enough how on every single thread, every single post, there was the majority of people talking about how much they hate fumble tables.
And I know they can go worse.
Oh,
I've seen worse.
They can be so. Yeah, they can be so much worse. There was one where it's like you sever a limb.
Where's the fun in that?
What's the point?
What's fun about that?
What's the point?
We play a game of D&D where you get the shit kicked out of you by demons, and then you take an hour, roll a bunch of imaginary hit dice, and then apparently you full health.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's why are you severing limbs?
I know. And some people like that. Some people do like the idea of like a aimed shot or whatever and all that. Which fair enough. I wouldn't.
I don't get it.
Yeah,
I don't.
I personally wouldn't. But I understand why people would.
I get a more gritty, like realistic.
Yeah.
Like I can understand.
Yeah,
that,
totally.
But like, I think that then also becomes extremely cumbersome.
Yeah, totally. I agree. Like, I wouldn't like it, but
yeah.
I can see why people would like that. Like, I think it goes without saying that yes, people would obviously enjoy that.
And I'm not even going to get into call shots right now.
No.
Because that's a nightmare in itself.
Yeah. Okay, so the next one, the title is Granting XP solely based on percentage of damage done in battle encounters. And they follow up by saying it just completely eliminated role-playing, support classes, and diplomatic solutions in one fell swoop.
Of course it does.
First of all, a percentage of damage done in battle. Who's keeping track of that?
Well, you'd have to keep track of it. That's what I was about to say. You're going to have to keep track of your own damage.
Yeah.
You're going to have to like roll damage and then note it down. And then you're going to have to add up all of the damage.
And then divide.
And then find out the percentage.
I would die doing this.
Yes,
I simply would not be able to cope doing this.
The thing is, right, like, all of those reasons, yes.
Yeah.
But then also, all all tactics go out the window.
Well, it's literally they follow up with being like eliminated all of the following.
Yeah, like you don't then become tactical in a fight.
You want to do the most percentage of damage.
You just rush in, make yourself the biggest target, and fucking smash as many times as you can.
Yeah, well, exactly.
And like, then, that's just like you're not playing. Like that is D&D playing to win.
Yeah,
that's what you're doing. There.
Yeah, definitely. And I know I keep saying it once again. There's people who like to play like that, which is fine. But Jesus Christ, that would be my version of hell.
That would be my.
I would hate that.
I dislike XP leveling anyway, personally.
Yeah. This kind of is leads on to XP leveling.
Like we milestone level.
Yeah,
and I think quite a lot of people milestone level now.
Yeah. I would say a lot of people still XP level.
But the thing is, I don't personally like XP level. Because I like it to be like a story beat. That,
yeah.
Like you've accomplished this goal.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, let's just say if you XP level, let's just say you fight a fucking ancient red dragon, right? You need 5,000 XP to level up, and the ancient red dragon gives you 4,900 XP.
Yeah.
You walk down the mountain, you see one goblin, you stab him, you get 100 XP, and you level up. Surely you should have leveled up there. Yeah. Do you get me?
No, I do get you. I do get you. And once again, there's people who just don't there's people who play D&D to win. There's people who play D&D to do the numbers and to roll the dice and add it all up. And I get that. And it's like playing a more traditional game.
Yeah.
Right?
I can definitely see the appeal of XP leveling.
Yeah.
Like gaining experience points feels good.
And I think there's a way to do it that doesn't leave people out. Like, what does the healer do? Well, literally, this person said support classes.
You don't have a
like,
healer.
But then how does anyone...
You don't have a healer. You can't have a healer. Because then they'd
do you self-manage that?
And everyone else would be level 20.
Yeah, but how do you self-manage that? If you're, again, doing the most damage, right, and putting yourself in the way of harm. I mean, there's obviously ways to play without a healer. You don't need a healer.
No, but the thing is, if you were a healer, you'd be level 1.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
Because you wouldn't be dealing any damage.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, healers can deal damage, but not to the extent a well-built DPS class.
Yeah, definitely. And, like... the whole, like, the diplomatic solutions as well. Sometimes the combat can be won not by actually scrapping it out, by actually, talking your way around it.
Sometimes, like, combats have... there is something to fight, but then there is, like, an actual objective in the fight.
Yeah.
Like, we need to get through the room to the button on the other side.
Yeah.
And we need to press all 3 buttons at the same time.
Yeah.
But then, if the case is... the person who's dealing the most damage is getting XP.
Levels up, then why would anyone...
Everyone's going the buttons, and then one guy's in the middle just like, boom, 10 XP, boom, 10 XP.
But why would anyone want to press the buttons?
No one would want to press the buttons.
No one would want to press the buttons.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
That just takes all of the objective out of combat.
And I think people leveling up at different times as well feels real bad. I've never been in a situation like that.
Yeah, we don't do that.
I would hate that if everyone else leveled up before me, or if I leveled up before anyone else. I would hate that. I would really hate that. Bad. Yeah, totally.
I wouldn't like that at all.
And I think that's kind of a common thing with XP leveling.
Yeah, unless you all. The thing is, right? If you all get XP at the same time, it's fine.
Yeah.
If it doesn't get split,
then there's
like
no harm in that,
that's basically milestone leveling.
Yeah,
because you all like level together
in a different form.
But it's off XP, not milestone.
Well, and this one that Dr. McMean said, it's based on a percentage of damage done. That sounds literally like hell to me.
Yeah,
like
after a combat, having to just like
to stop the whole game.
Like, right, stop. Okay. How much did you do?
Everyone, let's like when you're at a restaurant and then everyone's like, right, okay, let's work the bill out. Yeah, I know. If it would be like that, right? Oh, I thought it was a spider.
It's a
hair. Yeah, like that would just put such a grinding halt to everything.
Yeah, like after a big fight, I don't know. Let's just say you've like there was an assassin waiting for you in the city, and like it was in the middle of the city streets, and then like the guards come rushing in because they've found like a kerfuffle, and then combat's over. Like the assassin got away, and you want to chase the assassin, but the guards come after you.
Then you're like, right,
no, right,
percentage, everyone.
Let's just that up. It's like that.
Let's
just
tot your numbers up.
The agency, like the rush, the feel of the session just grinds to a halt.
Totally.
Boom.
I agree. Don't like that. Don't like that either.
No.
But you know, we wouldn't because we love role play. We love diplomatic solution. I mean, my character doesn't, but you know, we like diplomatic solutions. We like milestone leveling.
Yeah,
it feels real good milestone leveling to me. Okay, the next house rule is, so this is kind of split into two parts. So having to buy every component for your spell pouch, and then if you have a focus, your focus is only attuned to a couple of spells, so you have to have multiple foci. That sounds like
hell.
Your DM doesn't want you to have any fun.
Yeah, it sounds like your DM's just like, fun. Let's just turn that dial right down to none.
Like some of them are like really like stupid things, like a sprig of thistle or like a piece of fleece.
The whole point is you only need to buy the stuff that costs money.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But this again was a common thing. This was a common one.
I feel like this is more common in earlier editions.
Yes, and again, some of these are from like 8 years ago.
Oh yeah.
So you know, we have to take that into consideration.
I get it. If you want to cast Revivify, you need a diamond worth 300 gold.
Yeah.
And you can't just be like, oh well, I've got 300 gold. It's like you need the diamond. That's the point. You need to find the diamond or buy the diamond. If you want to cast Chromatic Orb as a wizard or whatever it is that can cast that spell, you need to go out and find that.
What is it? It's like a prismatic gem or something like that.
Yeah, something like that, like a gem worth 100 gold, something like that to cast it. Like I understand having people go and buy those things.
Totally.
But going and buying batshit for your fireball.
I know.
It's just weird.
I agree. And it's like having to get every component. Like, again, some of them are like an eyelash.
What is it? Which bolt? Where it's like a piece of a tree struck by lightning. Who's selling that?
I know,
Tell me the
shop
that's selling that.
How are you going to get that? That just feels like the DM just is limiting.
Like really limiting the spells.
Really limiting your spells.
And I can understand that a bit more than the
focus is only attuned to a couple of spells.
A couple in my book, and I think most people's book is
2. It's 2. A couple is 2, right?
And how much does a focus cost?
Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows?
But that sounds like it's going to get real fucking expensive.
And also, how readily available are focuses?
How readily available?
Do you have to attune to a focus? No, surely not. No.
You need it on you, like, to cast the spell.
Yeah.
But do you know what this says to me? The DM just wants everyone to play a martial class.
Yeah, DM doesn't want to do a spellcasters.
Because that's easier to balance.
And
it is. Like, believe me, it is.
Oh, totally.
Like, yeah, they can deal a fuck ton of damage, but that's like all they can do. Do you know what I mean?
Who?
Like melee classes.
Sorry, it's not that I stopped listening, but
cheers, babe.
I'm so sorry. You know what? I started reading the words on the thing, and I had no idea who you were talking about there.
Like, if as a dungeon master, if I've got 4 barbarians,
yes,
I know what I'm in for.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
You know you're about to get slapped.
I'm about to get my fist smashed off by plenty of advantaged attacks.
Yeah,
but then if I'm playing with a wizard or a sorcerer, like the possibilities are
so many things that could happen,
endless.
Absolutely, yeah, totally.
So I understand being scared of spellcasters to a degree.
Yeah, definitely,
because they are hard at a balance.
Yeah, definitely.
Just say that.
Yeah, I know. Don't make them have to get every component. And again,
I hope to fucking God you're giving them loads of gold.
Well, you would like to think, right? You would like to think. And again, it's like the availability of things of things like that. How available are these things?
What they're going to do if they run out in a dungeon crawl?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
You're fucking useless.
Yeah, what happens if you
already have
ran
to manage,
out?
You already have to manage your spell slots.
Yeah,
now you've got to do your spell slots
and the components
and your focus.
Totally. Yeah, I agree. Components for things that actually cost money. Totally. I think that's a must, really.
And I think that's quite cool.
Yeah.
Because they're obviously quite powerful spells.
Yeah.
And, it's a great roleplay opportunity.
Yeah.
To, like, go to the jewelers or, like, get an acorn gilded
with 300 gold.
With gold and something like that. You might like meet NPCs. And
yeah. I agree.
Or you can describe to me how you want to fucking mine the diamond out of the earth.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. I agree. But again, this was a common one. I saw this quite a few times.
That surprises me.
Definitely not as many times as a fumbling thing, but I saw this a few times.
That surprises me.
Does it really?
Well, do you want to know what? I definitely think this was more of a common thing in older editions. So this,
yes.
I imagine this is these are the oldest ones.
I think potentially. I can't confirm that, but yeah, potentially. Okay, so the next one. I don't know how many there is, by the way. just so everyone knows. Don't know how many there is. I've got a head rush.
You still got a head rush?
Yeah, I'm hungry. I don't know what's going on. I'm so sorry.
I'm gonna get her. Did you want a Burger King? Did you say?
I think I want a Burger King.
I haven't had a Burger King in years.
I haven't had a Burger King in a real long time.
You just said it before this, didn't you? You're like, I want a Burger King.
I don't think I fancy a Burger King. So we've just discovered that we have Deliveroo and Uber Eats in our area. Worst thing that's ever happened to us, quite honestly.
On a Thursday, it's definitely takeaway day because a lot of the times we finish
really late. So it's takeaway day. Yeah, and then Saturday's takeaway day,
and then Wednesday's after
takeaway day, and that's every day's takeaway day. Anyway, okay, the next one is, if a creature with resistance to your damage type passes their save, they take no damage. I was playing a wild magic sorcerer, so almost all of my spells were AoE elemental spells to minimize the chances that I had to roll a 1 and set off a wild magic search. Thrilling when your 5th or 6th level spell does no damage because the monster passes their save. That's what's the fucking point?
The thing is, right, that's what cantrips are for. If you cast a cantrip and somebody saves against it, it does no damage.
Some of them still do half damage.
Not a cantrip.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you certain?
Cantrips, if you save against them, do no damage.
No, there is definitely still some cantrips that do half damage.
No, because that's what the evocation wizard specializes in.
Really?
Yeah, you get to a point as an evocation wizard that when you cast a cantrip and they save, it still does half damage.
I did not know that.
So that's the whole point. If you cast a spell and they save, it still does half damage. Because the spells, obviously, because spell slots are finite and cantrips are infinite.
Yeah, I think then I have previously been doing damage when I shouldn't have been, Jack, to be totally honest with you.
No, I don't think you will have. I'm telling you won't have.
I honestly did not know that.
I don't know if there is like an exception or two, but I don't think there is. But anyway.
I so
the whole point is, right, the thing is, if you cast a spell and they save, they take half damage.
Yeah.
And if they're resistant, they take quarter damage.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, why are you taking that?
Why are you taking the quarter damage away?
That already extremely small amount of damage away?
And you know what? I was going to say, the chances of finding a creature that has resistance to your damage type and then them succeeding, the odds are kind of low, but they're not really, are they?
They're not really.
Especially at higher levels, as this person said. 5th or 6th level, you're doing an AoE spell that does no damage.
Yeah, well, if all of them save, and all of them are resistant.
Yeah, that sounds like hell.
Sounds like Fireball to me.
Sounds like, But
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Things are quite commonly resistant to fire. But the thing is, then, what's the point of immunity?
Surely that takes everything away from immunity. Well, no.
It doesn't take everything, but it definitely devalues immunity.
Yeah,
over resistance.
It doesn't make it.
The whole point of resistance is it takes half and immunity takes none.
Yeah. But then for them to take no damage when they save, I can't imagine how bad that must feel. Like spending a 5th or 6th level spell slot
and doing nothing.
Like
that is a massive resource.
Even doing half damage feels bad.
Oh, like real bad.
So doing nothing. Doing the quarter damage would feel bad too.
Like
quarter damage would feel bad enough.
Imagine spending a fucking disintegrate.
Oh my Jesus Christ! At what, like 6th level?
Is it 6th or 7th?
It's probably 7th actually, right? Go on, get them fingers going. Oh, that's some real speed right there. That's happening on this.
Tell the audience how fast they are, babe.
You're setting that keyboard alight. 6th level.
6th. But the thing is, right, 6th, 10d6 plus 40.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing is, force damage is the least resistant damage in the game.
Yeah.
So, but the thing is that I guess that would put up like the value of things like disintegrate.
Yeah,
because this is a terrible rule.
Yeah, no, yeah, but I was gonna say,
then your players would just play around you.
Well, and then I think the amount of DMs who actually do this are probably few and far between.
Yeah.
Right? But I was gonna say, if you didn't want them to succeed, you could just say they have resistance to that damage type.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Especially if you're homebrewing monsters.
Yeah, and if you want to like have the combat go the mile or whatever it's called. Is that what it is?
Go the distance.
Go the distance.
Go the mile.
Go the singular mile.
The singular mile.
The singular mile.
But do you want? The thing is, right? That leans into, in my opinion, player against DM.
Definitely.
Because if you don't use homebrew monsters, then all your players are just going to pick up the monster manual, learn all the monsters, and then know what their resistance.
That be like, that leads into like a slippery.
Well, I'm not casting this spell because it'll just be resistant.
Slippery slope.
Do you know what I mean? That then
because the payoff is so bad.
Yeah,
the payoff is not even worth it.
Look, saving and being resistant and taking quarter damage from a 5th or 6th level spell feels bad already. To do none, what's the point?
I would be so upset.
I don't understand why you're negating that already small amount of damage from such a massive resource.
Yeah.
Like, what's the point?
Yeah. You know what? I feel like I couldn't find any other circumstances of this, because when I found one, I would then go through all the threads and I would search, like, I would Control F and look for
hit him with a Control F.
If there was anything similar to this, there was nothing similar to this that I could find. I feel like this is like a specific.
This is a shitter. This one.
Yeah, man, that sucks. That really sucks.
Don't like that at all.
Totally, that is a real bad one.
Yeah.
That pee pee poo poo. And I'm sorry if you wanna. No, don't use this.
Please
don't use this.
For the love of God, don't use this.
Don't use this. Yeah, that's no fun at all. Because we play for fun.
Yeah, we do.
Contrary to popular belief.
That was so much fun.
All right, the next one is playing in real time. And the example they gave, travel is going to take 10 days up the road. So you simply roleplay out the 10 days ride every game session until you finally make it to your destination. Hope you packed a ton of fluff.
That sounds terrible.
That sounds...
My mind races with what you do with combat.
What do you mean?
Because combat takes 6 seconds around.
Yeah.
And you play in real time. You're like, I cast Fireball!
You scared me a little bit there.
I cast Eldritch Blast!
Yeah.
You didn't roll your damage fast enough. You don't get to do it.
Yeah, how does that
translate to combat?
How does that translate to combat?
Because if you play in real time...
Surely it can't translate to combat.
It
can't.
Because let's just say 10 rounds of... Well, it would never go 10 rounds. 5 rounds of combat is what? 30 seconds?
I was going to say, you do that math. Come on.
It's 30 seconds? You reckon you're going to get through a combat in 30 seconds?
No way. No way. Yeah, no way. But like, you know, I feel like potentially this, I mean, I don't know if this applied to combat. I don't see how it physically could have, right? But
5 rounds of combat will probably take you an hour and a half.
Easy. Especially
you're
if
trying to fit that in 30 seconds.
If you have upwards of 4 players, without a shadow of a doubt, that's going to take that amount of time.
Yeah.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
I feel like we're quite fast with what we like to do in combat.
Yeah, I think we are.
And, you know, hours can still take
hours.
An hour. And 2 hours max, really.
Yeah.
But this, you all know me by now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like travel.
Nope.
This sounds like my fucking worst nightmare.
Yeah, 10 real days.
So that means 10 sessions.
Well, the thing is, right, how could it take 10 sessions? Because if you simply role-play out the 10 days ride every game, surely you would have to do the 24-hour... I don't know.
It can't be like that.
Surely not.
Surely it's like, do they mean a session is a day?
Surely.
I imagine that's
surely that's what they mean.
So let's just say you're like, okay, we're going to go from one city to the next and it's going to take us 10 days.
Yeah.
You know at that point, as a player, you got 10 sessions.
10 sessions?
Ahead of you.
Like...
Of travel.
I'm trying to think now.
Tell me, anyone on Earth, tell me how you make that fun.
Yeah, how do you...
I struggle to... I fucking like fast track all my travel.
Yeah, you have recently just gone, I am just fast tracking all the travel.
I tried to do a little bit of travel later in the campaign. Fucking hated it.
Yeah.
So, you know, like I do if there's a travel combat, we'll put that in there.
Yes.
I'll tell you how the environment changes.
Yep.
But really, and I'll be like, does anybody want to do anything on the nighttime?
Yeah,
and the downtime?
yeah.
Any conversations?
And really, there isn't really much we do.
What do you do? Do you just like have the horse and cart sound playing, and I'll just sit there and
then just have a chit chat
and just
because the horse, right?
Yeah, doing the horse.
I thought you were rocking out. Okay,
people who are listening and not watching, I'm right now pretending to be on a horse and just bouncing away.
So we just sit in silence. And
I
just
mean,
pretend.
that's what the game is.
Sorry, that was probably hell for you guys. Sorry.
Do you remember that guy who was like, Dungeons and Dragons is uncanny as fuck? This is probably the session he came from.
It took me 15 minutes to realize that.
You just sort of talk about it.
You just sort of talk about doing it.
This.
Yeah. I honestly, I cannot see a world in which 10 days travel in real time would be fun. And I love role playing.
Oh God.
I fucking love role playing. I love to chat. Love to waste time, love to do all of that, right?
I used to say our sessions were 50-50. Our sessions are definitely 75-25.
I definitely
75% role play and 25% combat.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
I would definitely say it's
and I like it that way.
I like it that way.
I prefer mole role
Mole role play. Everybody get your mole suits on.
Everyone get your worms. I don't know if that's
going
what
into the
moles
garden,
do.
digging holes.
Falling in love.
I do love the mole role play.
I do love the moles.
I do love the moles. The mole people.
I love them. Live for them. I love the mole. I love
the role play.
I love more role play.
Oh, right, that's what you're trying to say.
I like having more role play over combat.
Yeah.
But I do love combat as well.
I think it's because
I just love moles, man.
Fucking moles slap. It's because it makes combat a little bit more special when it happens.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, like let's just because we play for I would say 4 to 4.5 hours. Probably about what we play for.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes it goes to 5.
You know, an hour to an hour and a half, that might be a bit of combat.
Yeah.
So then you're talking like 3 to 3.5 hours of role play.
Yeah. Sometimes we have sessions where we don't have combat at all.
That was last night's plan.
Yeah.
That, you know, didn't quite plan out like that.
Again, if you watched Monday's episode, you'll know exactly what we're talking about when we talk about that. Horrendous times. But yeah. I can't see a world in which
real time.
Yeah.
It's not like the game isn't built for that.
No,
like,
I agree.
Do you know what I mean? Like, what about when you take an hour rest? Yeah. These all just like get your blankets out and stuff.
Yeah.
What happens when you take a long rest?
You can buckle in.
Surely you have to just skim over that, right?
Yeah, surely there has to be a level of... Right.
Right, but...
I don't know. This is left so wide open. Yeah. Storyteller Isaac, if I might message you on Reddit and ask you to clarify what the fuck this means.
Do you want to know what'd be even worse? Is if it was like you play for 4 hours and that was 4 hours of that one day.
Well, that's what I was saying.
Yeah. So that means 10 days travel would take like 40 sessions.
Hell on earth.
There's no way.
And you know what? I'm trying to think now. So we're on session 22 in our campaign, right? I'm thinking 10 sessions ago. Oh my God, what a different world we lived in 10 sessions ago, character-wise. I can't imagine having 10 sessions just on travel.
No.
I simply can't.
There's just no way.
And I love a bit of roleplay. Love it. But I cannot imagine that.
No.
Wild behavior.
That's so...
So, man, I have so many of these.
Good.
I hope you guys are enjoying this.
I'm enjoying this.
Yeah, I'm enjoying this as well.
This is
yeah,
fun.
Totally. And if you have any stipulations on what the fuck that meant, or what any of these mean,
if you have any weird, if you've ever played any weird homebrew rules,
please,
I want to hear
them. I am so desperate.
Because if you guys, we should put that in the submission form.
That's what I said in the beginning.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Did you put it in the submission form already?
No, I can. We have a week until this comes out. I'll put it in the submission form. And hey, we have a Discord now, so we can discuss in real time on Discord if you like.
Little shill.
Yeah.
Little Discord shill.
Yeah.
Get yourself in there.
Yeah.
Get in there.
Okay, so the next one is you had to use a spell slot for cantrips. If you were out of spell slots, your problem. And the reason was because casters delay fights, and it's only logical that cantrips, like normal spells, use up your magical endurance.
No.
That's the point of a cantrip.
That's the fucking point of a cantrip.
That's the point of a cantrip.
Oh my god.
That's the point of a cantrip.
What's the point in playing a game with rules if you just take those rules and you're like, nah?
And you know what? I understand not playing 100% by the rules because we don't. There's rules that we don't like that we take out. However,
look, yeah, but like I said earlier,
core mechanic.
No, it wasn't earlier. It was in the last. It was in the last podcast.
Yeah.
When I was like, some rules aren't just there for a reason. They're there because that's the best way to handle it.
Yes.
Like does the I've got a question for this DM. When the barbarian gets tired,
yep,
do their arms fall off?
Yeah, like you're looking at me like
I want an answer.
Yeah,
right now.
They fall to ground.
They fall off
to
ground.
Submit to mauls.
Like, why? I understand DMs out there that casters are harder to balance than
yeah,
melee.
no, totally. I get that.
I get it.
Yeah, totally.
But this isn't the way to do it.
Yeah, like you had to use spell slots for cantrips.
Buff up your melees, buff up your marshals.
Yeah.
Give them a little love because late game they do get a little bit left behind.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
But don't just hinder the spellcasters.
I just don't. And it's like casters delay fights. Like, okay,
Why?
casters have more options. And sometimes, yeah, they're more intricate because you maybe have to work out a radius, you have to work out, etc., etc. But like, I wouldn't say that intrinsically delays fights.
No,
like
I think it's less that casters delay fights, other than people get bogged down with how many options.
Totally,
they have.
yeah, totally. Which was my problem when I was a spellcaster.
You got a lot of spell. Like the thing is, the same thing. It's like if you're a barbarian,
you got a couple of options.
You know. You're gonna
couple
rage,
of great options.
You're gonna recklessly attack or not recklessly attack. But the thing is, you're gonna just swing your weapon.
Yeah, totally.
And do loads of damage.
Yeah, totally.
When you're a spellcaster,
you have to look at the situation and then
cantrip or first to 9th level spell, depending on what level you are.
Yeah.
And then all of the different things that those spells can do.
Totally, all the different damages. Are they a save? Are they a hit? Like
they do slow it down, but this isn't the way to speed it up.
No, totally, absolutely not. Like again, it's like you said. It sounds like they just. First of all, just don't want spellcasters.
But the thing is right. Why would you ever cast a cantrip?
Yeah, what? Yeah, well, exactly. Because cantrips are lower powered for a reason.
What you're saying is cantrips are out the game.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying with this.
Yeah, totally.
Because you're never going to cast a cantrip over... Like if you
over a first level spell. If it uses the same spell slot, why would you?
If you can use the same spell slot and you cast like a cantrip or a first level spell, the first level spell's always going to do more damage.
Of course, yeah.
So why would you ever cast a cantrip?
Why would you ever cast a cantrip? Totally. Yeah, totally.
You're just taking cantrips out of the game.
Yeah, I agree.
Which is fucking stupid.
And then it's like, what spell slot do they get assigned to? Do you
That's up to you, I guess.
Like, do you get an allotted cantrip spell slot, or do you have to just, I don't know, use it? Did you hear that noise as well?
Yeah, I don't know what it was.
It sounded like a weep.
What was that? I got the headphones on.
I don't know.
I heard something.
It sounded really strange.
But yeah, like, yeah, I guess it would be... Is it the same thing that when you level up and your cantrips go up?
Yeah.
Does first level do normal, second level do when you reach 5th level?
Yeah, but like...
Or whatever it is.
What's the point in doing that? What's the point in complicating it? What's the point?
Because this DM hates spellcasters.
Yeah, I feel like there's just absolutely, totally...
This is just...
no point to doing that whatsoever.
This is just fucking stupid.
Yeah, totally no point.
Man... Why would you do that?
Some of these are just so wild. I know.
Some of these are so stupid.
Well, moving on to the next one.
The next very clever one.
So, you have to announce that your character is going to the bathroom at least once in every game day, or else there's a chance you might shit yourself during combat. There's no more elaboration. That's simply all it is. You have to say when you're defecating or not. Healthy bowels.
Why?
Man, I have to shit myself in real life. I don't have to do it in game.
Does the DM sit there and be like, the barbarian hasn't said they've gone to the toilet, and we've got a comeback coming up.
They have like a tick list.
I can't wait for him to shit himself
in
the combat.
You poo yourself.
You swing your sword and defecate Everywhere.
But then it's like, what shitting yourself in combat do? Like, what's the stipulation of that?
I don't know.
Like, is it like... I understand that this is probably just a silly, funny one, right?
It's definitely a silly, funny one.
But like...
But the thing is, right, if this is the case...
I would just not remember.
If this is the case, though, the first thing I do when I turn up the session, be like, I turn to the DM and I'll be like, I go for shit.
I have a big pee-pee poo-poo
Go for
before
shit.
the days.
It's done.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the thing is, right, if I heard anyone else do that, I'd be like, oh yeah, I go shit with him.
Everyone will go, yeah.
Let's go shit together.
Yeah, like I can't, being serious, I can't think of a reason as to why you would need to do that. I can't think of a reason as to what
Realism.
That's
it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have times where you go to the toilet more than once a day?
Yeah.
Because
What if it's just a pee-pee, not a poo-poo?
do you have to
specify?
You have to specify what sort of toilet break it is?
There's no mentions of pissing yourself.
No.
So, who knows?
Jokes on the DM. I only had a wee.
Yeah,
You'll never know if I shit myself.
That's just a little silly, funny one, isn't it?
That is a silly funny one. I like that one. I like
funny
that
one. Okay, the next one. So once we had a DM that had a rule that said if you hit 0 HP or you went negative, even if you were under the effect of Revivify, your character was permanently dead. They follow it up with, and then you had to wait for the rest of the part. I sounded like Yoda then. My cadence there. And wait, you had to. I'm a fake fan. I don't know who Yoda is.
Never met him before. I hope he's nice.
Yeah, sounds like a nice lass. You had to wait until the rest of the party returned to a large city where the DM would roll a new level 1 character for you, regardless of the level of the rest of the party. We actually had one player quit because he got stuck 9 levels below us with a class he hated to play.
I'm not surprised.
I'm absolutely not surprised.
So if you hit 0 hit points...
Yeah, or you went negative, even if someone cast Revivify on you, your character was permanently dead. That was it.
Okay.
There was no chance to bring them back. And then the DM would roll you a new character.
That's the shit bit.
At level 1.
Like,
I understand permadeath is a thing.
If you want to play those really hardcore rules of when you hit 0, that's fair.
Yeah, a lot of people do that.
Sounds fucking punishing though.
That sounds so punishing.
Insanely hard to balance as a DM as well.
Yeah, but some people love that. Like, there's people out there who play exactly
do you know
like
what?
this.
I can sort of see the appeal of that really sort of tense, like, I'm on like a few hit points, I need to get out of there.
Yeah.
Like,
Could you hear me cracking my knuckle there?
I could hear. I don't know if they could. Don't do it again.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry. I'm so sorry. That's vile of me. Sorry.
But the DM rolling you a new character and starting from level 1, that's fucking shit.
Like,
that's rubbish. There's, like, first of all, pick what you want to play. Don't make the DM do it for you. And like the thing is, right, if they're at level 10, and 9 level behind at level 1,
what's the point being there?
You're dead.
Literally. Like, oh yeah.
The next combat you have,
you're dead. You're dead.
Straight away,
and then
instantly.
You're stuck in a loop.
Yeah, and you'll never be able to get out of it.
And it feels like this is this feels like to me
the fact that they made it to level 10.
First of all, how did you get to level 10 without
me.
hitting 0 hit points? How did you get there?
There must be quite easy combats.
Or like, a pumper of a healer.
Or they're just
extremely tactical.
Masterfully tactical.
Yeah. Which you think you would have to be to play in a campaign like this.
You have to be.
But, the fact that the player quit, like, that just says that feels very DM versus player.
Yeah.
To me,
100%.
that feels like, again, making them start at level 1. Why would you do that?
And randomly rolling the character for them.
Sounds terrible. For any other reason, but not wanting this person to play in a game anymore.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like to me.
Why can't you're telling me that there's no other adventurers in the world at that level?
Like, you have to start.
There's no one else.
It's the starting at level 1.
Yeah, that's the shit bit.
Even starting at level 1 when the party's level 3, you might not even have a subclass depending on what your DM rolled for you.
Yeah. If you pick something that doesn't get a subclass at level 1, you're behind. Yeah. Well, you're behind anyway.
Totally.
Nah,
and then,
like
next level, everyone would get a feat, and you would be, I'm level 2.
I'm level 2.
Yeah. I don't understand.
And do you all level up at the same rate? Because
clearly not.
The thing is, right, though, if this person died level 1 and then they're level 10,
there's going to be huge gap.
Sessions and sessions and sessions between level 10 and level 11.
Yeah, and like real time as well, a huge gap.
It's going to take you ages to get from level 10 to level 11. Does that person only get to go from 1 to 2 in that time?
Well, exactly. Or is there
separate leveling for that?
Is there separate leveling? Is it XP? Is it milestone? There is so many things. That sounds to me like the DM just fucking didn't like their players.
Sounds real bad. I just don't understand why you can't find another adventure at that level.
Yeah,
because there are them in the world.
It's the DM having to roll you a character, and then it's also having to wait till the party gets to another large city. Sometimes you can go weeks in a game without going
in the middle of a mountain.
Yeah,
mountain range
without going to a large city. Then what does the player do?
You probably don't want to go too far from the city. Is the thing. You probably want to
stay
quite close.
You'll be locked into like being near, and it sounds awful, but the person who comes in is the level 1, right? They're just gonna be a fucking burden.
They're a burden.
They're gonna be a
burden on the party. They can't do anything helpful.
Yeah, God.
You're one-shottable at that point by anything you fight.
And if it even breathes on you, a hamster breathing on you could kill you.
Level 4, you're probably one-shottable as a level 1.
Yeah, totally. Man, that sounds like a terrible, terrible, terrible time.
Agreed.
Awful, awful, awful. Okay, next one. This one's very close to my heart. As a moon druid player.
Oh, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, baby.
Yeah.
Margaret does play a moon druid.
Jack, you ruined the surprise.
Sorry.
You know, it's not like these people have been with us since the beginning and know that listen, strap in, because I play a moon druid.
You said it quite.
I know. I just didn't want to shock people.
I didn't. Got it out there.
I didn't want to leave the suspense. I play a moon druid. I love druids. I love the moon.
I love druids and the moon.
I'm a moon druid.
Therefore, moon druid.
I'm a moon druid.
Moon. Druid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, as a moon druid, a player I knew in another party could only turn into animals that they had seen. But it went a little something like this. Okay, sure, I guess that's not awful. What animals have I seen? A bear? A wolf? A hawk? DM. You've only seen a squirrel. Player. Oh, okay. Well, we're in a forest, right? Can I look for animals to study in my downtime? DM. Yeah, sure. 10 sessions later. Player. Okay, surely this time. 20 on a survival check and 16 on a perception check. DM. You don't find any animals again. If you don't want your player to be a moon druid, just tell him. Just tell him.
Like,
if you don't want them to have the core mechanic of being a druid, let alone a moon druid, just tell him. Don't let them play a druid.
Look, I don't go outside that often.
No,
I go outside more often than Margaret. I live in a housed area.
Mm-hmm,
I'm not like I don't
woodsman.
I don't live in ye olden times where there's forests everywhere.
Yep.
I've seen more animals than a squirrel.
Yeah, totally. We live with one.
Yeah,
me.
There's a dog.
Yeah.
I've seen an owl. I've seen cats. So you're telling me that this person's seen nothing
and it's
in their life.
At the time, they're like, we're in a forest, right? Can I check? And then
2016, both good rolls.
And then 10 sessions later, they haven't been in a single scenario where they've seen one animal.
What's the point in playing a moon druid?
What's the point in playing a druid?
What's the point in playing a moon druid? I mean, you can play many other druids that don't turn into things.
Yeah, but, wild shape is the fun part of being a druid, am I right? Druid fam? Like, that's the fun part. Yeah, I've got a fam. I've got druid fam. Druid fam. Like, what's the point? Just tell your player you don't want them to play fucking druid, because obviously you don't want them to.
Especially moon druid. Like, that's the point of the class.
What's
the wild shape is the point.
Why would, what
What's the point? Why?
The speaker was too stunned to speak. What's the point, man?
What's the point?
What is the point?
I don't get how you can be 10 sessions in and have seen nothing more than a squirrel.
Squirrel. Totally. Your DM just doesn't want you to have fun,
Your
obviously.
DM doesn't want you to play a moon druid.
Yeah, totally.
And look, moon druids can be scary. I get it. Again, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, moon druids can be quite a powerful class.
Yeah.
They can be.
We are, fam.
For beginner DMs.
Totally.
it's quite a scary class to balance because early doors
absolutely wild.
They're fucking stonking.
Absolutely,
they are absolutely
slap things
bussing
around. Yeah, totally.
In terms of strength,
totally.
It tapers off towards the end.
Yeah.
But this isn't the way to deal with it.
No, absolutely not. And you know what? The turning into animals that they had seen, that's rules as written.
Yeah, that is.
That's totally normal. That's fine.
You'll have seen a horse.
You'll have seen a dog, a cat. You've seen a sheep.
If you live in the woods, there's a potential you'll have seen a bear.
Yeah, definitely.
We live in a
society. We do be living in a society.
We live in England.
Yep.
And we don't have bears.
Yeah. We see foxes all the time.
Badgers. But in America, it's probably quite common to see a bear.
Like a coyote or I don't know.
I think it is. I don't know. I don't live in America.
Yeah,
I'm just speaking for all the American people.
Yeah.
I've been to America.
No.
And there is bears.
There do be bear.
But you must fucking pointless, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just fucking pointless to play a druid.
And you know what the thing is? I am pretty sure, I could be wrong, but how I've always done it, I mean, I've only played a druid twice, but the 2 times I have played a druid, you've said pick the animals you've already seen, right? Yeah, and there's tables in the books that tell you per where you live
what you will have seen. So it's basically rules as written that you will have seen these.
Totally.
And also it's like I just say to Margaret, don't take the fucking piss. You haven't seen them all, just pick a bunch.
Yeah, and to be honest now, because I only shape into one form really. You don't really care what I have.
No, I don't. And I trust my players.
Yeah.
And what's the point in not having the wolf or the bear or
which are the staples,
the things that are gonna do the damage.
The bear is the staple of a moon druid.
It's like walking into the combat and being like, I wild shape into the squirrel.
Yeah.
Let me just check this fucking squirrel.
I'm pretty sure a squirrel has 1 hit point. I'm almost certain of it.
There we go. Let's go. Okay, yeah. Squirrel here. Tiny beast. Armor class 10.
Okay.
Hit points 1.
Yep.
Speed 30 feet, climb 30 feet.
Nice.
Strength 2.
Nice.
Dexterity 13.
Yeah.
Con 9. Intelligence 2. Wisdom 10. Charisma 4. Acrobatics +5. Perception +5. Stealth +4. Let me just go down to some of the special traits.
Yeah,
here.
go on. Yeah, please.
Squirrels have advantage on dexterity saving throws.
Nice.
Squirrels have advantage on all wisdom checks related to their senses.
Cool.
The most important thing, actions. Bite.
Oh,
melee
sounds
weapon
scary.
attack. Melee weapon attack. +3 to hit.
Nice.
Yeah. Reach of 5 feet.
Nice.
1 target.
Yes.
1 piercing damage.
Wow.
So
God, I think that should be my next druid form.
I feel like your DM is maybe giving you a little much here.
Yeah.
Maybe being a little too generous.
Yeah, I think that one bite damage might be pushing the boat out for a moon druid, Yeah. It goes without saying, that's fucking shite.
That's fucking dog shit.
That's absolutely terrible.
I can't believe how bad that is. I can. That's probably what you would expect from a squirrel.
Well, yeah, but to be 10 sessions in, I'm trying to think.
And for that to be your wild shit.
Because realistically, how we've always played it is the first session is always level 2. You get to level 2. Then the next
session you get to level
couple sessions you get to level 3. I would say by
10 sessions
in, you're probably level 4.
Level 3 or level 4.
Yeah, to be
we like to level up quite fast.
Yeah, to be level 3 or level 4.
We're 22 sessions in,
and we're level
and you're level 7.
7, yeah.
We like to level up quite fast.
Yeah,
because
definitely.
the campaigns never last that long, and you always want to get to the high levels of play.
Yeah.
You look at the fucking capstones, and you're like, that is exciting. So we do level quite fast.
Yeah, totally.
That's not
no, totally. So to be at that point and have a squirrel as a moon druid, unacceptable. I'm decreeing it.
Well, you are.
You
are the queen of druids.
I am the queen druid. I am the arc druid.
You are the arc druid.
I'm the arc moon druid. So
it's true. You are the arc
I decree that that's dog shit. Fired.
Give him the...
You're fired. You're fired.
Oh.
Okay, on to the next one. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 left. Think we can get through them all? Yeah.
Go for it.
We hope you guys are enjoying this as much as we are.
Yeah. They're quite fast.
We just had to have a potty break. We announced that so we don't shit ourselves.
Yeah.
We went to the
let you
toilet.
know.
Yeah. Just so you know.
So
Yep,
I'm not
yep.
gonna
I'm not gonna shit myself.
I'm not gonna shit myself.
Not today. Not today, at least. So, yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying it as much as we are. We just said that we were. So, I had a DM who wouldn't tell us how much damage we'd taken from enemies' attacks because it was metagaming.
No, it's not.
The other players and I stopped the game right there and told them we needed to know our HP.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we couldn't play properly.
True.
Luckily, we got them to agree, and the game went on fine. Your thoughts?
If someone comes up to me and chops my arm off, I'm going to know I'm in danger.
yeah, that's a fair assessment. Yeah, totally.
And stabs me, I'm gonna know shit's going down.
Yeah,
and I need to get out of there.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I just can't fathom this is kind of like
that is like.
Because it would be metagaming.
Well, it's not. It's just fucking.
Like, no, first of all, categorically, absolutely
that's
not.
just fucking stupid.
Yeah, categorically
but
not.
The second thing is the DM must then know how much HP they all have at all times.
Yeah, the DM must be keeping track of
like the maximum hit points,
which is like another thing for the DM to track. Which
like what the fuck is metagaming about that?
What like. Well, you can't have the damage because that's metagaming. To be fair, the fact that they stopped and they were like, "We listen, we need to know," and then it was fine. Fair enough. Sounds like this was just a total overlook. Maybe
not an overlook, just a very bad decision.
Totally a bad decision. Like maybe I don't know. They'd heard from someone else. Maybe they hadn't DM'd before and they'd been told. I don't know. I can't see how you would come to this conclusion.
I understand that like when someone says to you, how you looking? Like, I don't say, like, if I've just been stabbed, me as a person, I'm not going to turn around and be like, 34 hit points.
Yeah.
Do you get me?
Oh, totally. Yeah, no, I understand the whole, like, I'm about half damage. I mean, I personally don't like that.
I know you don't. It's not, as a healer, you didn't.
As a healer, I didn't. Now I couldn't give a fuck. As a healer, I didn't, but that's a different scenario.
I get it. Being like, you as a person can't equate your vitality to a number. But also, we're playing a game. Yeah,
we're playing a game where hit points are like the core mechanic of the game.
We're playing a game.
Yeah.
Like
totally.
We have to abide by some rules
and like,
that real life doesn't.
Yeah. Oh, that goes without saying,
like,
right?
Do you also not allow your players to short rest because there's absolutely no way that you could recover that much vitality?
Because like, how would you know that you're that tired to? Like, and that you're that spent.
Like there is things, just like you need to understand that there is things in the game that do not translate very well to real life.
Oh no, totally, of course. Because it's not real life. Because it's not real life.
So equating your hit points to a number,
I
understand that it's not realistic, but
yeah.
We need a way.
And there's a way as well in the game where, again, your character doesn't have to be like, I have 5 hit points left. Like your character would know that they're feeling like shit.
Yeah.
Like, and you as a player can know your character's hit points and your character not know. I don't even know why we're making all these points.
No, there's no need to make these points. That's stupid.
Yes, totally don't know why we're making all these
and
points.
And also a fucking lot of work for the DM.
Yeah, a lot of work. A lot of work for the DM.
A lot of extra work.
Yeah, totally. That is just...
That's a bad one.
That's a bad one.
That's a bad one.
To be fair.
Glad that it was over immediately.
To be fair, it sounds like it was dealt immediately. So
I wonder how that first went down. Like, the first attack came in and was like, ooh, you look real bad. And like, how much damage did I take? And he's like, all right, what are you metagaming for?
Why are you asking me that question?
You wouldn't know.
You wanna what do you mean? Why are you asking me questions? Yeah, I can't.
Yeah, square up.
We want to throw hands now. Yeah, I can't. I would actually kind of love to be a fly on the wall for that.
Oh, that was a big hit. You look real rough.
I would love to see that, but I'm glad it got sorted. So yeah. Okay. This one.
Yeah.
So
this one.
This was. I'm going to give some context to what this one is.
Okay.
So. There was a lot of...
Okay. Sorry. Nice. I like it. Yeah, okay. I'm in.
You picking up what I'm putting down?
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
There was... And then tomorrow in the... there was a lot of posts. Again, I was looking for things you hated. A lot of them being about charisma playing a role in just simple things like talking to your other party members. Like if you had an argument, you would have to roll a charisma check for that decision to be the one that you come to amongst the party. I don't know if I worded that quite correctly.
Like if there was 2 plans.
Exactly.
And then you had to roll to see which plan.
Each player would have to make a charisma check, and whoever rolled the highest charisma check, you would go with that plan. There was a lot of that.
Much.
Now, this was a comment of someone condemning that, but they were like, I have a better rule.
All right, okay.
And their rule is, personally, I like to add an additional attractive stat. So you roll 4d60. So I can change how an NPC reacts to the player on first sight.
Oh my god.
If they're ugly, they may be standoffish. Or they may pity the poor ugly guy and help them more. And super attractive people are likely to find NPCs of the opposite sex more helpful. But they also might be the first target of a succubus, should the party encounter. And I read this, and I was like, that's so much worse.
That is a fucking terrible
so
rule.
much worse. So this is actually, rules is written in some form of the game somewhere. I can't remember what it was, but, and if you know, you know, this plays into a game system called Fatal.
Oh, right, okay.
Which is the most egregious, like, oh, well, it happens in real life, so it should happen in fantasy. And
that's my kind of game.
Yeah, totally.
I do escape real life to do the exact same thing.
It's like intentionally offensive. You can imagine the type of people play it, and they're like, "Oh, these fucking snowflakes!
I fucking hate the snowflakes."
Oh, and then
they're all so fucking soft.
Do you know what? Because I just wanted to see.
Yeah.
I searched R word. Guess how many times it came up in this 1,000-page document?
What, a fatal?
Yeah.
How many?
It came up 243 times.
Wow.
Which...
Wow.
if the fact it came up at all, so...
243
times. 243 times.
That's a quarter of the pages.
Yeah.
How many pages? 1,000?
1,000 pages.
About a quarter of the pages?
Yeah, exactly.
Every 4 pages... the R word is getting said.
And it's because all races, have it attributed to them how likely they are to do that.
Wow.
Isn't that the most heinous fucking shit you've ever heard?
Yes.
And it is wild. It's totally wild. So I just thought I'd throw that one in there.
Wow.
Because that was just, to get away from the fatal thing, because wow.
Yeah.
That is something that should have never been created, that should have been burnt at its inception.
Yeah.
And I cannot believe anyone would write that, or anyone would play that. I don't think many people play it.
I fucking hope not.
No, yeah, I don't think many people play it. But
it's a disgrace.
It's a disgrace. It's a fucking disgrace. It's a total fucking disgrace. Yeah. But to go back to this, adding an attractiveness stat. Come on. Come on.
Imagine if you played this game and rolled badly.
What's the point in playing?
That's true though, isn't it?
Yeah, totally.
You'd be devastated.
Yeah, totally. Because
you love to have a sexy character.
Yeah, because this is a fantasy game where we can be whatever we want, right?
Look, I'm not sexy now.
Well, exactly.
I want to be sexy when I play.
Well, literally, exactly. I want to live out the fantasy. I don't want to be me.
I don't want to be not sexy now and then not sexy in the game.
No way. But at the same time, that's just because that's a bit of a fantasy. But
yeah, it's fine. There is nothing wrong if you want to play a good-looking character.
Totally. However, to use it in this instance, I would never, ever, ever leverage how pretty my character was in game over getting more help from an NPC.
No.
Like from having an NPC treat me differently because of how pretty I was.
Yeah.
Or in turn how ugly I was.
Yeah.
Imagine Your character being ugly and an NPC being like, I'm not gonna fucking yeah, literally. Like
Look at this atrocity coming towards me. Definitely not gonna help them.
Yeah, like
I own a shop. Ain't selling them any goods.
Like, there's enough of that in real life, genuinely.
Oh, yeah, of course there is.
There is enough of pretty privilege in real life. We fucking do not need it in game.
No.
And I love that this person was offering it like
a helping hand. Don't worry, that rule sucks.
But
I've got you back.
Covered. I've got you
you back.
But again,
listen to what I gotta say.
This attractiveness stat is actually raw somewhere. I can't remember where, but that is actually a thing. It's
what, in
raw.
D&D?
Yes, somewhere.
Oh dear.
Don't know where. It is somewhere. I could be completely wrong. If I'm wrong, please sound off in the comments. But
just be hot if you want to be hot.
Yeah, and don't use don't treat people differently because of it, because that happens enough in real life and it sucks. Yeah. Okay, we are coming up to the last two.
Okay, go for it.
So the second to last one is So my DM hated table talk. Anything you said, your character had to do, even if it was out of character. And then also the rule didn't apply if you were his best friend. So just a double whammy, innit?
So everything at the table was
in game, in character. There has to be above the table talk.
We've been through this so many times. Like, some people just don't like it.
Yeah, but what if you want to order a pizza? What if you're like, I'm going to the toilet? What if you're like, my dog's crying in the background? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that.
What if you just
I imagine if you leave the table and go over to the other side of the house to have a piss.
Yeah.
And you like begin to sing to yourself in the toilet. But your player doesn't do that.
But the poster said, even if it was out of character. So you're sat here and you're going, maybe someone said something funny and you make a joke and you go, ah, ha, 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 ha. They would make your character do that.
Yeah.
Like,
to me, like, we've said it before, we'll say it again. Don't care about above table talk. I think there needs to be, when you're like being tactical or like thinking of plans and things like that, it's fine to be like, right, so what are we doing?
I feel like there has to be an element of it, yeah.
But I understand that, like, very heavy role players, it's sort of like when you sit at the table, that's it.
That's it. Yeah.
I get it, but
I get it.
That sounds exhausting to me.
That sounds like way too much.
Sounds so hard.
OP said, and it didn't apply if you were his best friend.
Of course.
So, I think that's just a bad...
It's tough, isn't it? Because if, like, I can imagine some people quite like that. Like, just getting
you sit down and then that's it.
Sitting down and it's like, that's the character.
Yeah,
There's that switch.
Yeah.
But... but it depends. It's like, if you get up and leave the table and go get a beer out the fridge.
Yeah, is that it?
Your character's not going up and going downstairs to the bar and getting a drink.
Yeah, but it's saying,
right?
But literally, OP is saying, even if it was out of character,
that would be hard to do.
That would be stinky. That would suck. Yeah, I think. Yeah, like
surely not.
Surely not.
Surely not.
OP specified, even if it was out of character, you have to do it. Like, what if you didn't announce that you hadn't gone to the toilet? Shit yourself at the table.
You have to do that, otherwise you'll put yourself in combat.
Yeah, but what if?
As soon as you swing that sword, shit in your pants.
Yeah.
It's happening.
Yeah. I don't know. I just, yeah.
I don't hate that one so much.
Yeah.
But I think you've got to understand that before you enter that game.
Yes, totally.
Because if you aren't prepared for that, you're in for a world of pain there.
That kind of feels like, to me, like, you sit down and you're going to have fun and that's it. You can't converse outside of game.
Maybe that's fun to them. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Doesn't sound fun to me.
But,
at all.
I like to chat shit with my friends when I see them.
Like, you get together with your friends that day. And, like, that's the day that not only are you playing D&D, but you're seeing your mates.
Yeah, and, like, we're all adults. We get to see each other once a week. We are lucky, by the way, to be able to see our friends once a week.
Before D&D, we didn't see each other.
We saw each other, like...
fucking love fucking with that piece of hair.
I know. Is it, like, gappy? I can't tell.
No, it's not right now.
It's...
Leave it.
Yeah, I am. I touched it when I was in the bathroom and I messed it up.
That looks amazing.
Thank you.
Your hair looks gorgeous right now.
I'm gonna thank you. I'm gonna look, and when I'm editing, it's gonna be like
just a bit like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, looks so
looks
good.
so nice.
Looks delicious.
Yeah,
you get that day of the week. It's not only D&D time; it's friend time.
Yeah. Totally.
So if you want to fucking talk about the table and be like, oh, just remember this happened to me this week. That's fucking fine, man. I don't give a shit. Don't do it when I'm like in the middle of like a scene.
Monologuing.
I'm like monologuing as the bad guy, and you're like, 1 second, Jack.
I ordered a pickle kit.
I ordered the pickle kit.
Yeah. So, yeah. And there's a
there's a time, and you can do it, and I don't mind. It's totally fine.
Okay, this is the last one. And we are on to number
the last one.
Number. I'm gonna just flap my lips and number whatever. That was a long number. That was a real.
I can't believe we're on 60 million.
Yeah, that was a real fucking long number. So the last one. I forgot where I saw this one, but there was a house rule I read that stated if your character got petrified, they could make a straight charisma check to do a heroic pose, and the party could sell their statue for something like the DC times 100 gold.
That's kind of awesome.
That kind of slaps.
That's kind of amazing.
I kind of love that.
I mean,
I would hate to be petrified.
I would also just cast restoration on them and not sell them and have my friend back. But
come on, that's quite a silly jaunty little to just go out in a fucking blaze of glory. Totally heroic pose. It can be sold.
And a D what?
DC times 100 gold.
Wow.
So like
that sounds amazing.
I do like that. I do truly really like that.
I kind of love that.
Yeah, imagine traveling with your friend for like, I don't know, a year game time.
And tell you what.
Go on.
If you rolled a natural one, that's the moment.
You shoot the moment. It's the moment you shit yourself.
That you forgot to shit, and you shit yourself.
And the statue's you.
Shitting yourself.
What a way to go.
That's the way I want to go.
What a way to go.
Sorry, I interrupted you there. Carry on.
I don't even know.
You're traveling for years.
Oh, sorry. You're traveling for years with your party. You have formed this amazing, strong bond. They get petrified in front of you. Horrifying.
Yeah.
They strike a pose and you're like, fuck it, we'll sell him.
Yeah. Just selling your mate.
And having to pick your friend up and get them out of there and take them to someone to sell them. Oh, I like that. That was just little.
I kind of love that.
Yeah, kind of slaps.
I love
that. Please don't petrify me. I don't want to be petrified. No. No. So that was it.
Why'd you sound like that? That was it.
I've been real weird. I've been real weird this episode, and I'm sorry. It's late.
It's not even that. It's Pacific.
It's late. I'm tired. I'm hungry. Stop looking at me.
Burger King time.
Burger King time.
Right.
So, I really hope you guys enjoyed that.
I really enjoyed that.
Did you enjoy that?
I thought that was loads of fun.
I took out some of the typical ones. Like, there was ones that we thought, like, that's that. If you like it, that's one for another episode.
Yeah.
If you guys have any weird house rules that you've come across or you've heard of,
let us know in the comments.
Please let us know. We'll put something in the form.
Yeah.
Hit us up on Discord.
Join our Discord.
Join the Discord.
First link in the description.
Yes.
Second link in the description will be the submission form. Where
Indeed.
you can now submit the horrible house rules.
Yep. And you can submit whatever you like.
Yeah. And then, the usual stuff. Like the video.
Uh-huh.
If you liked it enough, hit the subscribe button.
Yep.
It's free.
It is.
Hit the bell notification if you want to be told when we upload videos. We upload every Monday and Thursday. Mm-hmm. And then just leave a comment down below with those horrible house rules.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
We have been the Eldritch Podblast.
Podblast.
And we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.